Okay, hello, friends. All right. Woo. Okay. So, let me. I had a bit of a delay. Sorry about that. Just a few minutes. I looked at my phone and it was I didn't have that much battery, so I had to figure out how I can do this. Um, but I got it plugged into my laptop, which is plugged in. So hopefully this will give us enough battery to get through, because I've got so much stuff to show you today. Okay, let me hit mute on the computer and head over here. Okay. Hi, Diane. Yes, you're funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys, I have like such a basket of goodies. Plus, this isn't even all the stuff, but it's what I think I can get through today. Okay. Um, so I have another virtual trade show. This one is with Spellbinders. And so we've been making some samples and stuff. It's not a long one. It's not like a week long, but, and then last week we had some plumbing issues at our, apartment, and, they're still going on. So, oh, I didn't go trace your package. Did it go all the way to the East Coast? That's funny. Okay, so you guys, I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to try. Here we go. Okay, so because he put these in my basket and because we have these, I want to show you a couple of things here that came in. And then we're going to go into some other stuff because, so this one here, our trade show is with Spellbinders. And so I figured that would be a good place to start. Plus it's at the top of my pile. So you guys, this is the All That bundle. Okay, so we've kind of talked about this already because we looked through the catalog and stuff, but I wanted to show you guys a couple of things because we have some new stuff coming too. So the bundle is now in stock. I'm hoping that everybody that ordered it got it. Okay, so what happens with the bundle is when you get one of these predefined bundles from Spellbinders, it takes the retail price of these, and because you're giving a bundle, it puts I think it's like 15% discount on it. So getting the bundle is always a really, really good way to go when it comes to that kind of thing. But I will tell you guys, this one is very cool, okay? It's kind of like you probably never thought you might need to make a bag of chips, but do you guys remember the sentiment? Hi, Kelly. You're all that in a bag of chips from a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. And so it's kind of funny, right? But the chips in this one are so realistic looking. And then you have this, and all of these pieces could be ordered separately, but I want to show you guys something else too. So you have this funny sentiment set here. And then you also have, this is in the bundle, but if you just wanted the bag and the stencil that colors it, we can get that ordered. But there is it's a die for a chip bag, which I think is fantastic. That is so awesome. And then this stencil actually colors it, and that's how you get the different kind of dimensions to that. So the bundle, we might only have one left in stock at the moment, is $42.99. Okay, so hi Trey. I wanted to let you guys know that that one is here. But because of that, since we're talking about this, and I was just finishing up with my stuff from the Spellbinders, we have a new Spellbinders catalog. Now, we have done this in the past. Anything that you guys order out of the new catalog while we're in this like trade show period or whatever, we have an extra 10% discount on it for you guys. So, and we'll take a look through all of these. I don't know if we'll go through it all today, but hang on a second. There's certain things I want to show you in here. I'm getting there. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Wrong catalog. I'm not even in the right catalog. It's the Hero Arts one. Okay. So there is a new, there's a new designer at Hero named Carly. I don't know what her last name is. I don't know. Carly T? I don't know. Anyways, and she is, I think, pretty well known or so online. But she loves candy. And this release is all about gummy bears and candy. But the thing that's really cool, we got some samples of these, so hopefully I'll get some put together so you guys can see. But what is really cool about this also, you guys, is the bag of chips, okay? So that's the bag of chips, and the stencils also goes really well with the gummy bears. So I think this is a really clever way to extend it, especially if you got the chips ones already, because you can put so many different things in your bag. And so what they did here actually was that middle part is cellophane, so you can see through it, or acetate probably. And so, but there's some really, really cool pieces in here. And this one is all candy. Okay. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. We could go back through, you know, a little bit more of this later when I am ready to sit down. But okay. Next up, I am so in love with this guy. I think he is about the cutest thing ever. So this is one of those dancing dies. And we have the character in. I have to order more of the Happy Birthday. Aren't those gummy bears fantastic? Hi, Kelly. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying. I swear to God, I try to get back on it. It's like every time I sit down to go do it, then something comes up and I get pulled away in another direction. And, you know, you would think I was like terribly busy, but, so I wanted to let you guys know that this die is back in stock. Those Happy Birthday ones that are so freaking funny, I have to get those reordered. But for those of you guys who did get this little guy, I don't know that we had these in our very first order because I don't know if I forgot them or if they weren't available to order. I can't remember. But these are the giant wiggly eyes. They're 20 millimeters. And it's $3.99 for like 20 of them. So you get a gobs of them. And you guys, that is the perfect size for this little, I don't know, chomper. What's he called? Dancing Chatterbox. So the Dancing Chatterbox, that one is $19.99 for the die set. Oh my God, it's so funny. You know, you could just play with it all day. Okay. And then also I wanted to talk about this one. So Dumpster Fire. I think we have like 1 or 2 of these in stock. If you did not already request it from the catalog, then I wouldn't dilly-dally. Spellbinders is out, and I think they're thinking like a month or 2 until they come back in. This has been by far one of the most popular ones because it is freaking hilarious, okay? So if you did request it and you haven't come to pick it up yet, I would suggest doing that relatively soon because after we, you know, kind of run out of them, then the ones that haven't been paid for or picked up yet are going to go back out for everybody. But Dumpster Fire, that one's $25.99. You get the dies for that and the stamps, okay? All right, so those are just kind of a recap not a recap, but you've seen those, but they're here. So I wanted to show you. Okay, now for new stuff. Okay, so Diane, I will send you some pictures after this video so that we can clarify and get you the stuff that you need, okay, for which gummy bears and which, if you wanted the stamps for the teeth. Okay. I don't know. There's so much stuff, you guys. It's like, I don't know where to start. All right. So I want to talk about this set because Easter is randomly coming up very quickly, right? So I posted a picture of this online, but then I realized that the picture wasn't as cute as it really needed to be for you guys to see how adorable these are. So this this card set, I think we have 3 sets in stock right now. Okay. So with this card set, we also are giving you a free, like spring stamp set. Okay. For sentiments and things. But this one makes 8 cards. It's $24.99, but I want to show you, I'm going to just crack this one open because I really think that when you see this one, it's such an amazing value and the cards are adorable. Okay, so it comes with the envelopes that you need, and based on the size of the envelopes, I'm guessing we have 2 different sizes of cards. That much I don't know. It also comes with foam. Okay, so let's take a look. They don't really, oh, because the ones with the bunny ears are bigger. Okay, so let's kind of take a look here. So the way this is, oh, this is a good example. So this right here is going to be your card base, okay? And then the way that it folds over, it has an easel stand. So it isn't like an opening card base, but it is going to be a little table, like table decoration kind of. But the bunny, which we'll talk about in a second, he's on this kind of card. So it'll pull out of the top, if that makes sense, which is, I believe, how that works, if I recall. I made one of these, but it was so long ago. Okay, got it. All right. Bear with me, friends. All right, so this here's our card base, and this little piece right here with the scallops, there's a score line right here. So that's going to fold, and it's going to fold down. That's going to give you the decoration. So you can do your card base either this way or this way, okay? So you have either the white pot with the yellow trim or the yellow pot with the white trim. And then this back piece, that's going to fold up and it's going to create a pocket for this to slide into. Okay. And it does sort of show you here in the directions, which is going to make it a lot easier. So see, you'll just put a little bit of adhesive right there, and then the bunny piece will slide in and out. Okay. So we've got that one, and this one is a bunny butt. And then we also have, and it's going to be the same concept. So once you get the hang of these, they're really quite easy to put together. I didn't actually open it ahead of time, so, you know. Yeah. I was on this, this trade show thing, this virtual thing all day with Spellbinders, right? And they kept talking about their practice runs, what they did and didn't do in their practice runs. And I'm like, man, practice runs, that is very prepared. So anyway, so we've got 2 different ones for the bunny butts, 2 different ones for the bunny fronts. And then look at how adorable these are, you guys. So these are like the paper towels. So, you know, we have those toppers where you stack them up. This is the exact same thing. And these are color coded, so it makes it really easy. So these 2 are the front facing bunnies. And so you can see here, you've got your number 1, and then, I guess, wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, the flower is number 2, which is kind of weird. Oh no, here's the number 2, the big layer, the big bunny. And then that's probably the second layer on the flower, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, oh, it's this one right here. I might have to put one of these together. Oh my gosh. Hi, Janice. So anyways, but these guys have these little paws, and so they'll look over the top of those little flower pots. And then you have the bunny butts, which I think is maybe the cutest thing ever. And so you have 2 of the bunny butts, and then actually these guys are stuck together. You have 2 of the bunny tops. Okay, so these are going to make really adorable interactive 3D cards that look like so. And you get 8 of them for $24.99. Really easy to put together, and would be good for like kids, or if you wanted to craft with some friends who weren't, you know, super experienced crafters, that kind of thing. Because once they get put together, the products are going to be absolutely adorable. Okay, so, and we have it with the special where you get this free stamp set. Okay, so that is the bunnies. Sorry, you guys, I felt like I was more organized than I think I am. Partly because I'm all over the place, and my phone was not charged. So I got cords everywhere. But, okay. So this is another one I wanted to show you. We have a handful of these in stock now. Studio Light, we've carried a number of their things in the past, and they always have really kind of just really pretty designs, and they're good for crafters, you know, that are in whatever level of crafting, because you can take it and you can make the simple projects that are in there, or you can take it and use the parts and just go, you know, any direction you want. Well, hi, Susan. It's nice to see you. Okay. So this one is called Spring Wings, and I love the color palette. But this one is the die cut designer pad. So what that means is the elements, the embellishments, are all die cut for you. So you don't have to use your scissors to fussy cut, which is a big thing. But you do have these papers here, which also coordinate with the other pieces that are in the kit. Okay. I mean, you guys, how just gorgeous is this paper, right? Oh, so pretty. And it's a single-sided paper. It's a little, I mean, it's heavier than copy paper, but maybe not quite cardstock, or a really thin cardstock maybe. So, and then you have sheets of card fronts. Okay. Look at that. I mean, they basically make themselves. And then you guys, you have all of these. Now, each one of these you get 2 sheets of, and these are all die cut. You have sentiments down here. You are awesome, hugs and kisses with love. But all of these little embellishments, so no matter what you want to make, they all just pop right out. Okay. I love these. So these are really fun because these kind of create, you know, you'd use them as layers in the background to give you a little bit of dimension. And with these ones, these are all a matte paper. So you can totally ink these. These ones will come out with a white edge, but I would take my ink and ink them, or take your paper distresser and distress the edges to make them like more, you know, rugged and ripped and that kind of thing, to kind of go with your collage elements. You know, I haven't looked through this yet. God, these are pretty. Look at all of those butterflies. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I think that's it. So this one, it doesn't have like, inspiration. It just has the stuff to make cards or whatever. So you have the base paper. You also have those toppers, right? And then you have all of the elements back here that you can stack and embellish on top. And you guys, $15.99. So these are always a really, really good price. Okay, so next up, now I do know that Diane already knows we have this, because I think it was in the box she just got. But because I haven't talked to you guys in, gosh, what feels like eons, I wanted to let you know that we have this new line from Paper Rose called Seaside Memories. And oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. Every paper in this collection, normally I pick and choose with the open stock papers. I got every one of them. because they are all really, really good, okay? So we have the Seaside Memories 12 by 12 paper collection, and that one has 12 double-sided papers in it, okay? For that one's $19.99, and then we also have the Seaside Memories Basic Collection, which has the, you know, it has 12 papers, so you get 2 of each, and it's the other papers, same price. Okay, so let's see if these are in order. I think if I do it this way, maybe. Okay. So, we have the open stock paper. It's all checked in. It's on the front table by the window. So if you come in, grab what you need. If you are one of my out-of-towners and you need some of these open stock papers, let me know and I will grab them for you as usual. So we have Seaside Memories A. This is, do you guys see this cord? Is it in the, I can't tell. So this one has, you know, your cut aparts. You've got some little 2x2s here. You've got, I think these are your 3x4s. This one's a 4x4. This one has a whole bunch of sizes, but I love this guy right down here too. Okay. So that's Seaside Memories A. This one is B. Oh my gosh. Do you guys love this? So pretty, right? And if you're a card maker, even these big prints, remember, because you can cut a card front out of these big papers like this, and you've got plenty of room. See, you've got ground down here, and there, you've also got the ship, and then the backside is, I don't know, what is that, a plaid? It's been a really long day. So if it sounds like I can't find my words, it is because I can't find my words. So this one is Seaside Memories C, okay? And all of these papers, remember, these guys are out of Australia. And so these papers are $1.65, and they have some of the most gorgeous papers that we carry. So I like this one because you can actually fussy cut these if you wanted to, but you don't have to, okay? The back side of this one is also gorgeous. So just these anchors alone, I actually really like that the anchors are in this kind of like teal sort of color, and then it's a similar color palette in the back, so they aren't like pow, you know, like sometimes those nautical ones are red, white, and blue, and they are like really, but this one can be a really nice background. And even with a background like this, if you needed to tone it down more, you can put like a die cut piece of vellum over the top too, and then you get that image without it being like overpowering for your design. So that was Seaside Memories C. This is Seaside Memories D. This is your 4x6 cut apart, okay? And then you also have your life preservers on the backside. And Seaside Memories E. Now, this one is maybe, I would think maybe a little busy for a background, but what I really liked about it is you have these ships in a bottle, and they're all going in such a way that you can stick it in your trimmer and make that straight cut across. Okay, so you have a nice border strip there if you wanted. But you guys, that stripe on the backside, and I know I have talked about this a gazillion times, and I will probably continue to talk about it, but a diagonal stripe is one of my favorites. And the reason is because when you go to cut a mat, you get that whole stripe in there. So you don't have stripes going this way or that way. You get the whole thing, which is really, really dramatic looking. Okay. That was E. And then this is F. So, this one is a little bit busy on the backside too. So I don't know that I would use all of it, but if you took some of your, I mean, you could, right? It depends on what your design is. But even if you just wanted to use a little bit of it and took like your circle die, one of those stitched circle dies or something, you could easily cut out that seagull with the rock, or you could do the crab with the rock, or, you know, just kind of pick and choose some elements to create those little, just the little spots on your projects for highlights. But again, you have this side, right? So you have, this is a card front. You have this gorgeous map. You have just water if you want it, or you have just beach. So still, you guys, gobs of options. And I love the color palette of this one because it isn't bright and bold. It is kind of, I mean, it's still cheery because it has the teal in it. So it's not the gray blue that a lot of times is great for the Northwest, but it isn't over the top bright. So it's kind of, you know, like our, you know, our version of sunshine. So this is your 4x4 sheet-ish, except this one here is, oh my God, you guys, that would be so cute to like cut and fold and make like as a little tuck in if you were doing a mini album or something. So this is, now we're in the basics A. Do I sound like a maniac today? I feel like the words coming out of my mouth are different than the words that are in my head. Maybe that's just because I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I sound like a crazy person. So Seaside Memories Basics A. So this one here, this is Basics B. You've got a great set of shells and actually a really nice, not overpowering distressed wood on that side. We have Seaside Memories Basics C. It's a bit of a mouthful. And then you have some more of the little icons on the back side. This one you have, this is Basics D. So you have that sort of tone on tone, kind of like, almost like vintage, kind of makes me think of vintage advertising for, which I guess maybe is what they, oh yeah, that is what they were going for. Whale watching daily tours. So maybe they were thinking of Maine, which is funny because they put in Maine, but they're from Australia. So, and then you have a stripe on the backside. And this is a 3x4 cut apart sheet, but you guys, this one is designed to be tags. So you can see they aren't really super obvious, but you can see here that it's got that edge for the tags. But what's also really nice is the way that the tags are designed. They're designed to be the background, and then you build the layers up on top of that. Well, hi, Stacy. But look at that one. Oh, that starfish, right? And then we have Seaside Memories Basics F. So that is your coral, your fish, and then another really good stripe. Okay, so I have to tell you guys, though, to me, this looks like you could also use it for the Seattle football team. You know, it's not the exact blue, not the exact green, but it is in that color family, and I think you could totally make that work for some of that sports ball enthusiastic type stuff. Okay, so those are all the papers. And then we also got in the cut aparts. Now, these ones are always a great value if you like to fussy cut, okay? So we have 3 each of the 6 different sheets here. These ones do not have the embossed detail that the other ones have. But you get a ton of elements, but you do get the joys of cutting them out as well. So that one is $12.99, and they're just sheets of printed elements that coordinate with the line. We have Seaside Memories 6x6 and the Basics 6x6. Each of these has 18 double-sided sheets in there. So there's 3s of each design, and those ones are $10.50. We also have, let me see. Okay, so in the world of embossed die cuts, this one actually, this collection has 3. So we've got this one, which is the regular embossed die cuts. You guys, I mean, for those of you that like sea-related things, this set is phenomenal, okay? Can you see? I think it's showing up. There we go. Yeah. So each of these is die cut, and they all have this amazing detail on the little die cuts. And you get 4 sheets. Where did my 4th one go? Oh, here it is. Oh my God, look at that guy. Isn't he cute? Oh, so fun. Alrighty. And then that is your 4th sheet. I think I showed you guys everything. We started at like 7:30 this morning and have been going nonstop. So, okay, so that one is the main die cut for Seaside Memories, and that's $11.50. And then we also have the tags. What is this? Tags and tickets. So this one is, I mean, you can use it however you want, of course, but this one is designed to have a few more like layering elements, but it still has that embossed detail. There we go. So that you can create collages and layers and stuff, and you've got frames and the little banners, things like that. Okay, so there's a lot of really, really good stuff in these, especially if you are looking for some nautical stuff. And then one of my favorites, I love these quick card sets. Love, love, love. Okay, so this one I'm going to open. Okay, so we have the Quick Cards collection. Now, if you are familiar with the Quick Cards, it's just like, you know, all the other sets that they put out, and they're very, very popular. If you are not familiar with these, let me just kind of run through what this is here real quick, okay? So there are paper. You get 3 of 6 different designs of paper, okay? Now, these papers are designed specifically for the card kit. And so it's designed so that this particular paper, you cut it in half, you use this part for part of the card, and you use that part for the other part of the card, like the matting, okay? And then it also comes with some die cut elements. Let me get the inspiration. And also in the Quick Cards kit, you get this sheet of inspiration to make 6 cards. So here, you'll be able to make all 6 of these cards. You'll have, and probably leftover embellishments too. But the main, you know, the main ones, if you wanted more, we have them, because a lot of people buy the Quick Cards collection and additional die cuts so they can make more. But let's grab, let me grab this one. Okay, so we've got this paper here, and then if you look at the Orca card, okay, that's this paper, and it's got this gorgeous green on the back side. You may have also noticed this was not one of the patterns that's in the paper, the regular paper collection. So they do that where they kind of tie some stuff in too. So this is always a great piece to add into the collection if you're getting it. So these don't have directions, but basically all you'll do is take a look at this picture, and you will cut this paper in half, okay? The back side is going to be the matting paper, and then you'll trim this one down just a little, and you'll mount it on top. You can ink it also if you want to. I always like to ink it. It helps those edges be a little bit more distinct. And then you will go to the embossed die cuts that are included in here. And you'll find, there's your Orca, okay? And you have this little beach scene, which is probably this one, okay? So you'll pop this out, you'll pop out the Orca, you'll pop out the starfish, and you'll pop out whatever sentiment you want, birthday wishes or something. And you guys, again, these have all of that embossing on them. So it is that easy. You ink it, you don't ink it, you put foam on, you don't put foam on, and that's all there is to it. That's why they're called Quick Cards, because with all the pieces in here, you can put cards together in a snap. Now, you do need card bases with this set, but other than that, they are very, very easy to put together, okay? So the Quick Card kit is $23.99, and it includes paper. It includes 18 sheets of paper. So you get 3s of each of those 6 paper designs. And it includes 1 pack of the embossed die cuts. But if you want more, you guys, we have more. And you don't have to just use these with the Quick Cards. You can use them for whatever you want, because this one also has some sentiments and things like that in it. So if you wanted to just make your own cards, this is a great, great set for that as well. And so the embossed die cuts are $11.50. All right. That, I know, I think they're great. Yeah, it's like, I think it's really fun to do the quick card kits because you can sit down, you don't have to think too hard, right? Because sometimes you want to think about things and sometimes you just kind of want to assemble things. And then when you're done, they're just absolutely stunning. So, okay, so that's that one. And then, let's see. So these came in while I was gone. I mean, by gone, I mean waiting for the plumber. So we have some new stuff from Memory Box, and it's a bit of a handful here, so hang on a moment. But with this release, Dave didn't send us any sample cards, so we probably will need to talk about some of these, and we'll get some down the road, so you'll probably see them again. But I know some of you guys were waiting for these, so I wanted to let you know they're here. So first, let's talk about these. So the greeting tabs from Memory Box, they have continued to be like a card maker's favorite because you have this matte white, so you can ink it if you wanted to, or you just leave it white, but it's a thin chipboard. So it's not really thick, but you have this gold embossed detail on here. And so it just makes a quick, easy sentiment to finish off some beautiful design that you do. And what's really nice about these as well is that sometimes, you know, you make a card and like it is, you just want to focus on the image, right? And the design and the focal point, but you still need a sentiment. So that's where these guys come in because you can still put the sentiment on there, but they're so like small and elegant that they don't deter from the design, if that makes sense. So these big ones here, what are we calling these? They call them all greeting tabs. So these are happy birthday white foil tabs. This is number 32. Okay. So you get 20 of these ones. These ones are slightly bigger and we have them in black as well. And it's $6.50 for those, for the 20 of them. And they're on chipboard with gold foil. And then we have some other new ones. But we also maybe have, God, I can't remember. Are these new or are they, I think these are new. Are they, did we just get them back in stock? Well, now I can't remember, you guys. So I'm going to just go through them because I do know some of these are new. Okay. Okay. So we have the Thinking of You small ones. You get 40 tabs in here. And you have a variety of fonts, but they all say Thinking of You in that gold foil. And so those are $6.50 in both black and white. And then we also have that in Happy Birthday. Okay. I think these are a really, really good thing to have in your stash for when you need to make something really, really quick like that. Okay. Now these are the new ones because the new release that just came out has a number of birthday elements in it. So he did a new shape. These ones are, they're tags. So we've got, let's see. So these tags here, I'll just say happy birthday. And then we've got that in black and white. You get 30 tags in here, which is actually quite a few, for $6.50. And you can, again, ink those, remember. And then we also have this one that has, they aren't named. Well, it has other birthday words. I don't know what to call it. Other birthday words. Other birthday word tags or little designs or something. But they make really nice layering elements, things like that. So those are all new from Memory Box. Okay. We also have some new sentiments. We have Get Well Soon. I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, so Get Well Soon, this one, and all of the ones with these little air bubbles, you can only get at select independent retailers. So It's a release of word dies, usable word dies that he's doing for some of us as stores. So you've got the Get Well Soon. That one is $6.99. It's Your Birthday, which is fabulous. $6.99. Sending Happy Thoughts. You guys, it cuts out all as one set of words too, right? So you don't have to piece a lot of stuff together. That one is a little bit bigger. It's $8.50. And then Another Candle on Your Cake. That one is $8.50. So with Creative Expressions closing, what, like 2 years ago now, maybe? The concern was that where are we going to get these dies that are just the simple words? And so Memory Box is really stepping up to help us with that. And they have a number of other sentiments. So if there's certain sentiments that you're looking for, let me know, because if it's something they don't have, well, if they have it, I can order it for you. If they don't have it, then I can put in a request for that one. Okay. All right. Next up, let's talk about the dies. Okay, so the last release had that adorable little mouse in the raincoat. Do you remember? And it could use the little flower umbrella. It was so cute. So this is the Amelia mouse, and it's kind of the companion to that one. You can use it on its own or together. It's $13.50, but it's got all of the parts and pieces, and you can dress her up. So I think I'm going to have to go double check, because I'm not sure based on like arm placement and things like that. But I know like the crown and the little things, they can be shared between the mice because they are in that same mouse ratio, if that's a thing. And then in the last one, we had like the flower umbrella. This one, we actually have the umbrella, which even if you're not using the mice or anything, this is so good for, you know, Washington-based cards or basically anywhere it rains. $9.99, and you get the big umbrella, but you also get these little tiny umbrellas, you guys. And one of the samples that I saw done with this, I don't even remember what was on the card, but they did these little tiny umbrellas on a border strip across the bottom. It was so flipping cute. It was adorable. Then we have the wavy balloons. This one's $15.99. But what's really fun, you've got the base on this one, okay? And then you also have the tops. Now you can cut these out of multicolor cardstocks and they'll just sort of fit together, right? Or glitter cardstocks or foils or something like that. But if you didn't want to run it through a whole bunch of different colors and mix and match, you could just run this out of white and you could ink all of the layers on there and it would be gorgeous and it'll just go right back together like a puzzle. So I'm actually going to open this one because I think this one is a really good one. And let's see what size these balloons are. Oh, they're a pretty good size. Hello. Okay. So, and these are actually cut with separation between them, which is kind of interesting. So you can tell those are the pieces, okay? Cut them out of white, cut them out of whatever, but your balloons are a pretty good size. So you can do cards with just the balloons. Now, there is a note on here that says it works with the Gifts Galore die. Okay, so let's maybe take a look at that one next. Okay, so here's the Gifts Galore die. And this one says works with the wavy balloons. Okay, so typically when I see the works with, I think that they are like, you know, kind of companion pieces, if that makes sense, like a stencil and a die or something like that. I think these can be used individually, but I think they coordinate also with the other one. So this one is going to have quite a few little pieces. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. This might be worth the the price of entry right there. all of those bows, so good, right? And so you can definitely use them on the packages, but you could use these bows on like so many things. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that we got so many. That's awesome. And then, okay. This is me not having looked at it prior. So these are our straight on boxes. So that's going to be this one, and this one. Okay. And then we have the box with lids. We have, what is this one? Oh, these are the ribbons for the box with lids. So see how the box with lids, you need kind of a side ribbon that goes around with an angle. So that's what those ribbons are. And then this is your other box with lids. So you've got a lot of mix and match options in this set for $15.99. Okay. And birthday is kind of one of those things that we just never seem to have enough of. Okay. Oh. The Amelia Mouse. Yes, Tiffany. Hi, Heather. Amelia Mouse, she does come with the outfit, the crown, and the wand. And actually, she comes with like a birthday hat too, it looks like. So you don't see that on the front, but it looks like you've got a birthday hat. So then we have Sebastian Mouse. It's funny because Sebastian is my brother's middle name. So, and he's going to be on a swing. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's got little overalls on. Can you see that? That is so cute. And you could put a jacket on him, or you don't have to. Those could also be like fishing waders if you wanted them to be or something. So $15.99, but you also have this fabulous swing. So he can be sitting on there. You could also have, a little Amelia Mouse. Now, see how his feet are going like in that direction? So my guess is if you wanted Amelia to sit there, you could probably mix and match those feet. So her feet didn't go there. They kind of stuck up and it would look more like she was sitting. There's, I think, a fairly easy way that you can modify this to put some of these other guys on the swings as well. Plus you get a really good board, which I think is fun for doing signs and things. Okay, and then one of the most popular dies that we've had in the store is that spring basket that we had last time. Okay, so I think we still have it. If you guys hang on one sec, let me just go grab that one real quick. Oh, it's not called spring basket. It's called flower basket bouquet. Okay, so this one, when we first got this in, we didn't have a sample for this one either. But I took it out and we looked at it and stuff, and it's really, really a fabulous die. The reason I wanted to show you this is I don't have a sample of this one, but it's similar in design, but you guys, different and also mix and match. Does that make sense? So, for this one, you can see when I kind of zoom in here, you've got all of this texture in the basket, plus this top piece, plus the texture in the rope. And then there is a piece behind it so that you can see kind of the shadow layer basically in the basket. And then you have all of these flowers, which is phenomenal, right? I love these sunflowers. Oh my God, so amazing. So we do have this one in stock because we keep selling out of it and have to keep reordering it. So this one is $24.99 if you didn't get this one, okay? This one was 2 releases ago, I think, but it is so, so worth it. And you've got those tulips. And then also you guys can see this die, this nested die, the oval eyelet rectangle frames has been bananas. People are insane about this because it gives you this decorative frame, but it is, you know, just, it's new, it's interesting. It's more than just a scallop, right? So you've got $25.99. These are ones we've had before, but I wanted to bring those in because we have the woven flower basket, and there's also a new set of those nested frames. So this is the notched eyelet frames. And so these ones, I'm going to hold them up so you can kind of see the difference. You're going to have a smaller scallop on this one with a little bit more opening than you do on the original oval eyelet one. But you get, let's see, this one you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies. This one you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dies. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And part of the reason for that is the scallop is smaller, so they can fit in the same amount of space, right? They can fit the dies in closer because you don't have as much space that you need for the cutting portion of the die. So same price, $25.99, and these fit A2 cards. The biggest one in here is 4.1 by 5.3 inches, which means it's going to fit an A2 just like, I better check that. Oh, nope. It's going to fit it just a little bit smaller, actually. The biggest one on here is 4.25 by 5.5, which is why this one goes all the way to the edge. So this one is going to have just a little bit of border when it cuts. Okay. And then the woven flower basket. You guys, especially if you already have this one, this is a similar basket, different shape, obviously, but this one has more mix and match flowers that you can put in either basket. And you guys, look at all of the foliage that's in this one. On this one, you just basically had a few leaves that were for the tulips, okay? On this one, you've got all kinds of leaves, and you've got other filler flowers. So you can use these to work with this one, or it can work on its own if you didn't have the other basket, or you just want to pick one basket. You can pick the one that, you like the flowers the most, but they are all sized to work together. And then this one is the garden pail. Now, I think the garden pail came out like somewhere either in the middle of these two or right before this one, and I missed it because I don't remember exactly. Oh, wait, I can tell you. Oh, well, this one is 889. This one is 888. So this one came out right after this one. So it might have been right in between. So this one is your garden pail bouquet. So again, more flowers, okay? More foliage. But this one, you have that bucket. And this one's $24.99. So, I mean, what, $2? No. Oh, this one's $24.99 too. Okay. $26.99 on the new one. Whew. God, you guys. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. All right. Now, we have a couple other things from Memory Box. So, this one here, this is the polka dot stencil. Okay. Look at this. So it's a 6x6 stencil, but you have, I don't know if you can see it, but he did etch the A2, is it showing up? I don't know. There's an A2 rectangle on here, so it will be easy to line these up because they are not marked with, I'm just checking. They're not marked with like a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a thing, but there are a whole bunch of polka dots, and they are all designed so that you can do different colors, and you can rotate them to get different configurations. with all of the different dots, okay? So this one, because of the way that these are, they are all the same dots, but in different configurations. The possibilities for what you can create with these is totally endless, because you can just kind of rotate it until you have the dots fill in where you want them to be. And you guys, are you ready for this? $7.99, okay? Crazy, crazy. This one is a really good one to have. All right. Oh, and I put it in backwards. Okay. Now, we have not had a cling stamp from Memory Box in a very, very long time. So, this one, I wasn't sure what to expect. Because when I order, sometimes I can see stuff, sometimes I can't, okay? This is going to be a stunning, large-scale image of, what flowers are these? These are dahlias, okay? So now in the samples, what's really cool about this is you have a 6x6 image, but because your image is bigger than your, your card, right? You can cut these and use just parts that you wanted to. Like you could do a little circle around this one, for example, okay? If you wanted to do like a stitched circle and just kind of highlight that. So, and with rubber, there are so many more possibilities. It really is kind of the OG of stamping for the very best stamps that you get. But you can emboss with these. You can do all kinds of stuff with. And you guys, I don't know if you can see this, but look at how deep. I don't even know if I've seen one that deep. Holy wow. Okay. Because a lot of these stamps claim to be deep etched rubber, but oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen one this deep. That's insane. Okay, so that is the dahlia, and then you can color this dahlia with a set of layering stencils, and it's only $8. Okay, I think, I have not looked at this one, but my guess based on this is that you probably need the stamp to give you enough detail for the stencil to make sense, okay? But I haven't yet tried it. But what you're going to do is you're going to have, now, mind you, we're looking at the back side of this, right? So let me turn my stencil over. But you're going to have the stencil and it'll line up perfectly. And I don't know if you can see it, but you do have etched lines here. So this one is going to be that sort of darker color that you put in as accent. And you've got this one here, which is going to color that big one and these two leaves. You have the rest of the leaves on this stencil set here. And you have the other two blooms on this one. Now, somebody gave me a really, oh, yeah, thanks, Trey. I think Brooklyn pulled those the other day, but I am not 100% sure. So I appreciate that. So somebody told me the other week, we were talking about Lawn Fawn and the little stencils that they put out to color their stamps. And she doesn't do ink blending, but she colors with markers. And she said that even having the stencil to color with her markers has made a huge difference, because it helps when you put it down and you're coloring, even with the markers, it helps you stay in the lines. And we've all been trying to stay in the lines when we color since we were, in preschool. And even still, after years and years of practice, it doesn't always happen quite like how we plan it. So I just thought that was a great idea, because in all honesty, I have never used the layering stencils to help me color, because I just would get out, my markers and go for it. But I think that's a really, really clever way to do it. So I probably will give that a try one of these days, in my free crafting time. Okay. So, oh, the sticky came off that one. So it's $15.99 on the Dahlia and $7.99 for the coordinating stencil. Okay, now for those of you guys that like liquid pearls, there are 7 new colors. Now, Ranger does not, liquid pearls are a staple at Ranger. Same with Stickles. They don't do new colors all that often. So when they do, it's kind of fun because liquid pearls tend to last for a really, really long time. Plus, you have new colors to play with, and then they discontinue colors. Okay, I don't know which colors got discontinued, but so we have these in a bundle at the moment. They're all packed up, so you get all 7 colors for $19. Such a good price. These are so fun to have in your stash. So I kind of wanted to just go through the colors really quick. We have a blue velvet. You guys, they all have shimmer. And if you have not used liquid pearls before, I'll show you guys just a couple quick tips on that. But I don't think when Ranger was planning this that they knew that the Seahawks would be winning the Super Bowl. Or maybe they didn't even care, which is more likely. But we have some pretty damn good Seahawks colors in this one. Ooh, I said a curse word. Okay. And then sweet potato. Oh, that orange, right? Oh my goodness. And truffle. This is like a kind of like a light smoky brown color. We have emerald, rubber duck. So good for flower centers, and royalty. Okay. Now also, I was just working on some, like a graduation card earlier. And if you needed like short crest colors, you could be getting pretty close at this. If you needed husky colors, you could be getting pretty close to this. And I don't 100% remember Shorewood, but I think something like that. Okay. Tiffany. So the thing with liquid pearls is it's just kind of like a shimmer goo, that comes out, and it's got a really fine tip on it. So they're relatively easy to control. So what you're going to do is you're just going to lightly squeeze. And then I like to, before I even get it to paper, wait, where is that? There we go. Is that going to focus? I like to just get it so that it's just coming out the tip, kind of like I do the same thing with the glossy accents. That way you don't accidentally get a bubble and it goes onto your project and you get splatter where you didn't intend to get splatter. So what I do is I just would go like this. And you just get a little bit of a, kind of a thing here. And it takes a little bit. I haven't used these in a really long time. And so I would probably, it's not a good idea to go back and fix that, but I would have to because I can't not fix it. Okay. So you could do squiggles and details like that, or you can take them, and this is what a lot of people do, okay? You can take them, and again, you want to get it just started. Like so. And you can get, this is a self-leveling liquid, okay? So you get almost perfect little dots, depending on how well you do your flicking. But see how it self-levels? And it'll dry that same height, okay? So hopefully you guys can see that. So in essence, this is a dimensional, it's not a puffy paint, like the kind that you heat and it puffs, but it is a dimensional shimmer paint, maybe? So I'm just gonna lay out all the colors because I've got them open and we might as well. This one, I'm so excited about this great yellow. Oh my gosh. Now this one had a bubble in it. So you could take a pokey tool. If you can even see the bubble, which I don't know if I can, but there we go. Did you guys see that? How it kind of just made that little dent in there when the bubble popped? So I'll just kind of do like so. Now you'll see this one here, the green one, is getting a little deformed. It's because I'm doing a different one and it started to dry, but I was able to get that dent out of the yellow. Okay. So this one is the emerald. And Trey, I knew you'd love the orange. So not so much on the Seattle football colors, huh? Oh my God, that purple is, what is this one called? Royalty or something? What did it, oh yeah, Royalty. Not or something, it is called Royalty. And I'll have to make some better swatches after the video. This is just so you guys can kind of see, hopefully at least, see a little bit of the colors. But there's other things you can do with these too, because you can, this is what most people do. They give you some interesting dimension with some shine and some color. But you can also take these. Am I going to make a big mess? I feel like there's a big mess coming. Hang on. Okay. Am I going to regret this? Probably. But am I going to do it anyways? Yes. That's the local sports ball team. Yes. Okay. I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Okay. So I am going to take and put a little bit right here. I'm going to put a little bit. Wait, I think I want. Oh, yellow and green. Yeah, see? The Oregon Ducks. It's funny because this set actually has a lot of like sport team colors because it's kind of all over the place. Okay, so I did blue velvet. I am doing emerald, and then I'm going to do kiwi, which here in Seattle is also known as action green, which is a really silly name for it, but it is what it is. Okay. So, I don't know if I don't even know if I put enough out, but we're going to try. All right. So let me show you what I've got so far. You guys, I've not done this before, but we're going to wing it. Okay. So I just did some like that. Now I'm going to take my brush and just lightly pull through here. Oh, you guys. So I didn't use very much, which is why I don't have a lot. But when this dries, look at how cool those blended together doing that. Oh my God. I love this so much. And it is going to be gorgeous shimmery. Okay. So just think of all of the things you could do with stripes. Yay. Oh, so fun. Okay. Oops. Jeez. And then I just stuck my finger in it. Yep. You know what? I have to tell you guys. You know, the joke is, especially for quilters, right? That, you know, it's not really a homemade quilt unless there's like blood in it. So I was making, in the projects that we did today, okay, one of the things that we were making is this Better Press. It's a graduation card. And so this is going to be a new item coming out from Spellbinders. I think this one might be next month. But if you have the Better Press and if you need like graduation stuff, I think this is a phenomenal set. So this is the project we were going to be doing. You got it. You got it, Diane. Oh, geez. And seriously, I swear I need a monitor today. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to put that over there so it dries. So this was one of the cards we made. And, you know, graduation is one of those things. It comes around and you don't tend to need a ton of graduation. But I thought this was so striking. And it can be in any colors, right? So where did those catalogs go? Here we go. So in the catalog from Spellbinders, and this is coming out, I believe, in April. And maybe we can get it early because of the show. I have to double check on that. But this is the, it's the, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Classic Mouse Graduation Sentiments. So, but it's a Better Press and a die set. So the Classic Mouse is a series of ones that they did kind of in conjunction with a Simple Stories release, okay? And there was the Steamboat Willie, that was the die, and they created some clothes to dress him up. Well, for the graduation release, okay, this is not in conjunctions with Simple Stories. And this one, which is the Classic Mouse Graduation, so $24.99, you do not need the base. So this one is the clothes, but it's also the mice, okay? So everything you need to make Mickey and Minnie is in the one set. So you don't need another one. So for those of you guys that are into Disney. So that's what threw me off when I was just reading this, because over here it says Classic Mouse Graduation Sentiments, which if you aren't getting the mouse would throw me off a little bit, right? Because there's no like mouse anything about this, but it was kind of, I guess, I don't know. So, so that being said, there is a press plate and then dies to cut it out and dies for numbers and this adorable little graduation hat. So in our class today, this is the set. Now, for these trade shows, a lot of times we get prototypes, which is what this is. So I don't have the actual packaging, but you guys, you get the press plates and you get all of these dies. Now, this one, for those of you guys that might need graduation, this one is $29.99, and you know, you would get your discount, but I loved this card when I saw it. I just think it is so simple, so elegant, absolutely gorgeous. Now, this you have to have the Better Press for, okay? So, but it's so nice and grown up for graduation. You can make it in any colors you want. So, I did start to make this card because that's the colors they sent us in our kit. And then I realized when I turned it over to glue it onto a card base that I had given myself a paper cut and I bled all over this. So I thought, okay, well, since I have to make another one, let's figure out what the colors are of our local high school. Okay. So my brother went to Shorecrest here in Shoreline a long time ago. And the colors are, I had to look it up to try and get close, but kind of like a goldenrod, a white, and a sort of an emeraldy green or something. And so I grabbed a couple of different colors. And what I did too is I actually wanted to see how this would work. And I grabbed, can you see that? This is the Swiss dot paper. Okay, is that showing up? Yes. So it has this really cool texture right in the middle, which I love. And then once I pressed it and laid it down, I realized that I didn't get my my lining up on the tassel. So third time is a charm, and I got it done. I love this card. It is so pretty. And don't you think any graduate would be just thrilled to get something like this? And I wasn't sure how well this would show up on the dark color, but look, it totally does. It's beautiful. And then I was going to try and use this. This is the little graduation hat charm cut out of holographic paper. Isn't that fun? I was going to try to do that to cover that one, but I just figured at the end of the day, it would bug me too much. So I had to realign this. And I'm glad that I did because it is just gorgeous. Now, here is the other thing, you guys, that I thought was great. This is obviously not limited to this year. If you are scrapbooking years past, I graduated a while ago. And there are numbers in here that I could do my own graduation, or I could do really anything, because it doesn't have to be graduation. If you took out that tassel, right, you have an awesome set of numbers, and it does say class of, but it says bravo. It says you did it. Okay. Congrats, grad. So I know this is like a lot, but you guys, I think this could be really cool for doing like stuff for the 12s, because these are like kind of the, athletic-y font. Is that a thing? I think it is a thing. So anyways, I don't do that much graduation either. I don't know anybody graduating, but I am so in love with this card. And I must be, because I tried 3 times to make it. Okay, so there's that one. And then I wanted to show you guys, I'm done with the stuff that I grabbed in the store to show you. Now I'm just kind of waffling on about some of the stuff that I worked on today. Okay, not everything is finished. That's probably the only card I got actually finished. But there are a few other things that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so this was one of the other projects that we did. Now, who here has a Better Press? Because I know a lot of you guys have the Better Press. I'm just not sure how many people on here have it, but I think I have to double check, but I think we can get a little bit of a price break during the trade show ordering also for Better Press. So if you don't have one, I'm going to tell you, it is a little contraption that just goes right through your Big Shot or your Spellbinders Platinum, basically your 6-inch machine. And it is so easy to use. It is phenomenal in the detail that you can get. And there are so many designs, and they just keep coming out with more. Okay. So this is a new one from Hero Arts. This one is a lotus flower. And so what we did for this card, I didn't obviously finish it, but we took and pressed the ink in a blue. Can you see that? So what's cool about this one is all of the background ink colors here, that's all Better Pressed, as is all of the lines in these flowers. Okay, so you can see in this one, oh, I know, right? Oh, good, you guys. So you can see in this one, just the blue, but I tried something a little different. So, because, I think it's really fun to sit down and experiment, especially when you're trying to keep up with fast-paced classes. I mean, why not? So, so this one, it's this gorgeous lotus, and you can make it into, a whole card front if you want, or you can just keep it simple. Now, I love the simplicity of just the one color. And in here, I believe I saw, yeah. So look at this, you guys. So the press plate's $26.99, and then the layered stencils, which we'll talk about in a second, is $22.99. But for the bundle, it's $45.99. So that has the discount. And if you wanted the bundle, you get another 10% off of that. So you could get that bundle for, it would be what, right around $41 or something. But look at how gorgeous this is. Just one color of ink, and you've got many thanks, you're good to go. You've got this arch. This is it colored. I absolutely love these ones that do the negative space in the flower details, and then they ink up the background. And then this one, you guys, this one is glimmered. I was gonna do a glimmer, but part of the thing with me making samples right now is that every time I sit down to craft, it is a big ordeal because I don't know where anything is. And so, you know, because we're at the other place for 18 years, and my other half is the one who unpacked most of everything. So I did manage to find my glimmer today. It was in a cabinet in the kitchen, obvious place for it, right? And there's no cord. So that means one of those mystery cords that he found along the way was for the glimmer. And I said, don't throw anything out until we get fully unpacked. And I just don't know how long he hung on to that. So I don't have a cord for the glimmer machine to do the samples. But look at this one, you guys. Can you see this? So this is like a tone on tone. So they did a darker yellow on a yellow cardstock. Oh my God, I am loving that. So pretty and so sunshiny. So that's that one. But the other thing I wanted to show you guys, because I don't get that much time to sit down and play. So when I do, you know, sometimes I tend to get into something. And so this one has, well, I can just show you from the camera. It has 4 stencils for coloring things. You've got 2 that go with the flowers and 2 that go with the foliage. So I took my sets of inks that are like in the same color family, you know, Pink Fresh, Altenew, those kind of ones. And I just sort of did something that would go nicely with the blue that I picked. I'm not a huge fan of this like kind of corally, I don't know, peach color. So I just went with a regular orange and I loved it. Okay. But then the last video we did, I told you guys that the elephant dung cardstock is back in stock. And this one is one of my favorites because it has this really cool natural texture, but it's thick and it's a handmade paper. So it takes better press amazing. So what I did on this one, I'm just going to kind of show you. So I inked the whole thing up with Azure. Okay. And this is the Better Press ink, but you can also use archival ink. This is a derivative of archival ink, so it's a little bit more viscous, but so I inked it up with that. And then I wanted to see how this would work with the Better Press, okay? So I took one of my interference inks from Lisa Horton. Now, if you haven't used these before, this is different than the metallic inks, okay? So the ink is this color, and the shimmer is this color. That's why you've got the 2 colors on here. So I just took a finger dauber. This was the only thing I could find. I was looking for a different thing, which I'd ordered in recently, but my other half was sleeping, didn't answer the phone to tell me where it was. So couldn't find it. So I just took this, and this little tiny thing on that giant plate took a long time. But what it did, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it because it's a very subtle shimmer, and that probably has to do with the colors that I chose. But there is a little bit, and you can see it more in the brighter daylight, but there is a little bit of shimmer and kind of speckling in the water now because of adding this in. And it's still, I just did it right on top of the archival, and it still Better presses absolutely stunning. Okay. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to see how this looks just with one color. And it was gorgeous. But one of the cool things about archival ink and this interference pigment ink is that you can heat emboss with them. Okay. So I did the exact same thing. So I did these 2 colors, and you can see a little bit of it in there, but then I decided I wanted to heat emboss this. And you guys, I am almost certain this is a discontinued color, but we do have quite a few in stock. This is Halo. It might not even be discontinued. I don't know, but it came out a little while ago. It is a clear embossing powder with sparkle. And what I thought was so cool, this is why getting to sit down and just play is really fun, because we have all this sparkle in the background, but we also have sparkle. Let me see. I got to stand. See if I can get this for you guys. We also have sparkle in the flower. Isn't that cool? But it's only in those little bits of an area. So I could also use the stencils to color this one, but I thought, you know, maybe I would just sort of leave it because it's really gorgeous. And then all I need to do now is trim it down and, you know, add a sentiment and mount it on a card. But so much fun and so easy because you can use it in whatever colors. Okay. So that one is the Lotus, and it has a pretty good bundle for that. But the one that I think is going to be gorgeous, and I didn't get a sample. I do have this one to play with, but so this is called Jana's Tulips, and yeah, I do. I was going to make a sample. We better have it in stock. So I probably have at least 6 of the Halo. Unless, of course, they were in the wrong bucket. I didn't look through them all, but there was like 6 in there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we have these. And I think the Wow embossing powders are like $5.50, something like that. Okay. But it's gorgeous. So this one, you guys, this one is called Jana's Tulips. Even though when I look at it, the first thing you see, right, is these daffodils. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So this one has 2 different sets. And I don't think we got everything to make them. But we did get the stuff for... So what we didn't get is the one for the windmill. Okay. Now the windmill has a full cover plate, $26.99, and it also has a layering stencil available. This is really interesting. So actually you can't get the stencils separately. So with this particular ones, both of these bundles, you have to know if you want that stencil at the time you get the press plate. Did we see that to be the case over here? No. Which is interesting because I don't think this one would give you much without the press plate also. So they might be moving towards this, which I think is a good idea. But what it also means then is you can't get the plate and then get the stencil with it. Okay. So the plate is $26.99 and then the bundle is $36.99, which is fantastic, you guys, because that means basically with your pricing where it is, that stencil is $10. And then for the tulips and daffodils, you have $22.99 and $32 bundle with the stencil. Also, some new sentiments. Thank you for helping me grow. Wishing you a birthday that blooms as beautiful as a tulip in spring. Missing you dearly. Your kindness makes the world blossom, and sending a bouquet of hugs. So this font right here, Jana is kind of known for that sort of really scripty handwritten font. But again, you guys, this is a better press set. And maybe next time I see you, I will have a sample done because I don't have it done this time. Oh, but here, I actually think this card is prettier than that one. I think with that blue, it really sets it off. So those are a couple of the things that I wanted to chat with you guys about. There's one more thing in this box, or in this catalog. that I wanted to point out today, okay? Because there's a lot of good stuff in here. This will be here this week if you want to take a look at it. Plus, I'll schedule a video and we can just kind of go through this. But I want to talk about this box, okay? So, Spellbinders, you know, over a period of time, they've done the Advent box, they've done the Stitchmas box, they've done Craftoween, they've done Weekender, they've done a bunch of stuff that's kind of a limited edition, okay? So this is another limited edition set that they are coming out with. And this is the Just Add Cake Birthday Card Making Kit. This is so packed with good stuff. It is almost insane, okay? So you get a 3D folder, which is basically confetti. You get 7 different dies, which is like kind of die sets-ish, right? But this monster is not the same as the ones that were in Craftoween, but in that same vein that made everybody go insane for Craftoween. So this monster is like, he's going to be one of the top reasons people get this, okay? It comes with a cupcake and flowers. It also comes with flowers and these specialized little shaker domes that isn't a circle and it isn't an oval, but it fits perfect into that, that flower. But then you also get these cheering cups plus the hands. So you get a beer and then you get one that says happy birthday. You get a set of limited edition rub-ons, which is awesome. These are stunning. And then here's some more samples. You get this cork champagne bottle. This, you guys, is so good. This one, wedding, New Year's, birthday, celebration for anything. Like somebody gets a new house, somebody gets a new boat. You know, I mean, so good, right? And then you can kind of see some of those other ones. Now, all of that is what's in the box. And the box is $129.99. Still, you'll get your 10% discount. It's not a small purchase, but there is so much stuff in here. There's also, okay, let me see what they said. There's also a bunch of envelopes. You've got sequins. You've got a lime shaker splatter effect. You've got some rhinestones. And then the other thing they told us about today was these are all half sheets of the Spellbinders cardstock. So these ones here, you can either do your die cutting out of them or you can fold them in half and have your card bases. But you'll have gobs and gobs of colors. So it's got basically everything you need in there. These are the add-ons, okay? So this is the one right here that everybody is going to go bananas for. And they haven't said it, but I think there's other shapes coming out, okay? So Spellbinders came out with, you know, they're known for nesting dies throughout the years. And so they have these ones called Essential Arches. But what's really popular right now is the, like that checkerboard design, right? So how do you make that without making it difficult? Well, that's where this one comes in. So you get one, it says, yeah, oh, that's over there. So you get 1, 2, 4 different sizes of the arch, I don't know, checkerboard block piece. And so that will perfectly match with these. It'll nest right on top of it. And once you have that, then you get this amazing shape. You can do shaped cards. You can do elements like this. But this is not a design that you can get without having something like that. Okay? I'm so excited. I love that graphic kind of feel for that checkerboard. Doesn't that look like really like Beetlejuicy? But it looks like it goes so well with the monsters. I don't think it's over here, but that arch one is over here. Okay. So I wanted to let you guys know, because we can get these boxes in early. But what they said is that we are not allowed to sell them online. We can only sell them to our own people. I don't know. We don't have an online store, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But this right here, so excited. So if you have the arches already, then if you want the color block arches, they're $28.99. If you need both of them, let me know, because I'm trying to see if I can get a bundle deal for those two. Okay. So that's a lot of stuff. I covered a lot. I was all over the place. There's more to cover, but I think we have a good amount for today. So now that I've made a big mess of whatever I had organized, I'm going to just do this recap really quick for you guys. Okay. So the things we talked about before, that are in stock now, we have the Chatterbox Dancing Dies. That's the one with the little feet. And $19.99 on those. And if you want the giant googly eyes, which really, I mean, come on, 20 millimeters, you get 20 for $3.99 on that one. Then there was also a really funny birthday sentiment set. I don't have it. I'll have to reorder it. But then we also have the All That bundle. So this is the one that makes these amazing chips. And they really are amazing. Okay. So, and then this one, if you want the bundle, we have the bundle in, because that's the one that has the discounted price, right? $42.99. You get the chips, you get the stencils, you get the chip bag, you get the chip bag stencils, and you get the sentiment stamps. And then what we talked about is in the catalog, in this new release, there's gummy bears that is going to work so good with this. So there's that. And then we have a handful of Dumpster Fire. This is sold out everywhere. The Tim Holtz paper, the new colors, I have them on order, Tiffany. The new colors, the next round of colors, but I don't know if they've shipped yet. I'll have to go look. A lot of stuff ends up getting shipped on Monday as they come back from the weekend and stuff. So we'll see. It depends kind of on if it landed on time. So if you have not yet gotten your Dumpster Fire, we have a couple available, $25.99. And then what else did we talk about? Okay, very quickly, if you are interested in, this is the brand new Seaside Memories from Paper Rose. If you're interested in the open stock papers and you're an out-of-towner, just go back to kind of more the beginning of the video, and I go through all of the papers individually, and I can grab those for you. If you are local, just come in and take a look. But if you want any of the other parts, let me know. So we have the Seaside Memories Basics. You get 12 double-sided sheets in here for $19.99. And then we have also the Seaside Memories 12 by 12 regular paper collection. We have all of the papers in open stock because I could not make any decisions. We have also the 6 by 6 Seaside Memories and Seaside Memories Basics. These ones are $10.50 a piece. You get 18 sheets double-sided in each of those. We have the cut-aparts, which is $12.99. That's for the fussy cutting lovers. The lovers of fussy cutting? I'm not quite sure how to say that. We have the embossed tags and tickets, $11.50 for the embossed die cuts. This is the standard one, all of your characters, your, and your little extras, but that'll have your turtles and your fish and your octopus and all that kind of stuff. And then we also have the Quick Cards collection. So this is the kit that comes with the paper, the inspiration, and one set of the die cuts. And then we have the additional die cuts, okay? So $23.99 on the Quick Cards collection and $11.50 on the embossed die cuts. And these are all out of Australia. Now, that being said, just as kind of a little bit of a sneak peek, I don't have a peek, but come Friday, I think their new Easter line should be arriving. Fingers crossed. Okay, so then also we took a look at the Spring Wings paper pad from Studio Light. This one has, all of these are die cut, so there's no fussy cutting. Gobs of embellishments to create whatever kind of collages. These are card front sized, but then we also have a lot of coordinating papers in here, so you can do all kinds of things with this pad. So it isn't just for card makers. Works great for card makers, but you can also do it for mini books or scrapbooking and stuff like that. So the Spring Wings is $15.99. And then this set, which we looked at earlier. So these ones, they're so cute, you guys. These are little flower pots, and the bunny pulls up out of the top of it. And that's where you can put a little message if you want to. And they stand up on an easel. You make 8 cards with this kit, okay? And they have kind of the decoupage toppers, those dimensional toppers that you stack. $24.99, but you get this free stamp set with it, okay? Alrighty. Now, okay, what else? Quickly, the memory box. We have the Cling Dahlia. This is a 6x6. That one is $15.99, and the stencil to go with it and color it is only $7.99. We have this amazing polka dot, which is only $7.99. And then we have the flower bouquet is the one that was out previously, okay, and has been insanely popular. That's the one I brought in so that you could see the sample. But we got this one back in again, $24.99 on that one. And then the oval eyelet rectangle frames, we've had this before and have had to reorder a number of times as well. That one's $25.99. That's what you're seeing on this sample. The new basket, which has mix and match florals, is the woven flower basket. And that one's $26.99. Same concept though, where you get all this texture and the couple of layers for coloring. And then there is also a new set of nested frames, the notched eyelet frames. So that one is $25.99. And then somewhere along the line, I missed getting this one, but I don't exactly know when it came out. But more mix and match flowers to go with those baskets. But this one has a pail, and it is so garden-y. Like the pail, because you know, when you ink it up like this and maybe do some splatters, you can make it look rusty and all kinds of stuff. So cool. And you have a different variety of the flowers. So that one's $24.99. And then in the previous releases, we've had a couple of mice. One was, I think in the last release, it had like a raincoat. It was so cute. So now we have a couple more mice that can, you know, work with the raincoat mouse. They're the same size ratio. So we have Amelia Mouse, and she comes with her little outfit, the crown, the wand, but she also comes with a birthday hat. Okay. And we have Sebastian Mouse. And so he comes with a swing, and he comes with a coat. He also comes with overalls. Okay. So you can put the coat on him, or you can just have him be in overalls or like fishing gaiters or something. Just depends on what you want to do. So Sebastian Mouse is $15.99 and Amelia Mouse is $13.50. Okay. And oh wait, we did all those. That's my done pile. Okay. And then we have the umbrella trio. This one is sized to work with the mice. These two little tiny umbrellas are so flipping cute. They are so cute, you guys. $9.99 on the umbrellas. And then we have the balloons. These are wavy balloons. They're a good size of balloon. And they've got this little, I think that's the nipple. Is that called the nipple on the balloon? But you can tie a string around it. But there's another die that cuts out all these stripes. So you can cut them out of a bunch of different colors and mix and match and make a whole bunch of balloons. Or you could even cut them out of white and ink them to make them exactly the colors that you want. But the stripes just kind of go right on top of those balloons. And then the balloons are $15.99. The Gifts Galore. I don't even think I talked about that birthday sentiment. The Gifts Galore, tons of dies in here and a really, really good set of little bows. That actually made me the happiest when I opened it. $15.99, you get a number of packages that go forwards, plus you get these two kind of sideways boxes. You get all the bows to go on them. And the way that the bows are set up is you can use those bows on a whole bunch of other things. Okay, so I think that one will be a really, really good one to get. Now, this is what I did not talk about. So this is the, what does he call this one? Oh, birthday greetings. So you've got just some really nice kind of bold, simple birthday greetings, clear stamps, and there is a die, just one die to cut out the big happy birthday sentiment. But look at how fun that H is. Isn't that cool? It just has kind of that cool open swoosh. So $19.99 for the stamp with the little die in it. And then we got in some additional sentiments. Another candle on your cake is $8.50. Sending happy thoughts, $8.50. It's your birthday, $6.99. And get well soon. So, because I don't think we got this in the first one, and it is kind of nice to have access to that. So that is the new Memory Box dies. We also got in some new tabs, greeting tabs for Memory Box, which have been very, very popular over the years. And I know a lot of people collect them. So we have the larger size. You get 20 in either black or white. And these ones all just say happy birthday. They are a thin chipboard. They're not a sticker, so you have to use a little bit of glue or something. You could even use foam if you wanted more dimension, but they are a sturdy, thin chipboard with foil accents. So the black and the white, $6.50. You get 20 each of the larger ones. And then we have 40 of the smaller ones in Happy Birthday, a whole bunch of different fonts, black or white, $6.50 on those. And then Thinking of You, which I think is not a sentiment he's had thus far. So I kind of like it. It's sort of, you know, that just because kind of a sentiment. And you've got those in black and white. And then there is a new shape. So he's got these little mini tags. You get 30 black or white happy birthdays. And then one that is kind of like a mixed birthday sentiment. Okay. And then lastly, I think maybe lastly, I'm not sure, is the brand new colors of Liquid Pearls. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, these ones, there are 7 new colors, and so we have them on a bundle special for $19 for all 7 colors. It's like, it's a great, I mean, they are a great price because they last for a really long time. You get a lot of shimmer. Now, these are starting to dry, okay? So, I did not, tap down these other ones, so they're still kind of high, but look at how shiny those are, right? That green one that we talked about, and then that orange one. Oh, can you guys see that? Oh my God. And then just on a whim, remember I put the 3 colors right next to each other and just took my paintbrush and kind of went over it, okay? Now, what I would do is I would do this on, let's say I wanted to make like a stripe on something. I would start off so that I could cut off both ends. That way you've got more of a like a kind of a runway with it. Partly because, as you can see right here, it started to dry. You know, you would go a lot faster too if you weren't talking. But you guys, can you see that shine? Look at that. Isn't that cool? And so depending on the colors you choose, they can blend together really, really well and make a very, very cool stripe. So anyways, these are the 7 new colors, and we have the bundles for $19, okay? I think that is probably it. Is that it? Yeah, let's call it a day. Yeah. Thank you guys. We'll talk to you. Did I go on for 2 hours? Please tell me I didn't go on for 2 hours. Did I? Oh my God. Okay. I gotta go. Bye, you guys.